Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Now today we've got a video for you that I love to do every year. I didn't do it last year, but I did it the 2 years before, and it's a Premier League's prediction video. In this video I'm going to predict the Premier League table, who I think is going to go where, and hopefully it can spark some interesting comments down below. But as I said, it is a bit of a controversial video. Some of you guys might disagree, some of you might disagree. If you do disagree, don't dislike the video, just drop down in the comments what you think I should have said or what you think is your opinion. Let me know what you guys think will be the table, or your top 4 or your bottom 3. I want to spark a football conversation in the comment sections down below. It'd be great if you could do that. And also, as I said, if you could drop a like, it'd be amazing. If we try and hit 15 likes, it'd honestly mean a lot to me. You guys have been smashing the support recently and I'm loving it. Before we get into my actual predictions, I have something to tell you. I have a fancy Premier League, fancy football league of my own, Team OzNoz League. All you have to do is the code at the bottom of the screen right now. You have to type in when joining a private league. You just join that, and there'll be prizes for people that finish first and potentially second or third. We've run it every year and it's been really good. I think there's like 50 to 100 people in there at the moment. So make sure you join, come and join the group, and hopefully you can compete with me and a lot of other people to try and win some good prizes. Without further ado, we're going to go through my predictions. We're going to start with the bottom 3, the 3 teams who I think are going to get relegated from the Premier League. And this was a tough one really, because it's like, do I choose some of the teams that have come up that are going to go straight back down, or do I choose some of the teams that are already in the league that I think are going to struggle and go down to the Championship? Now the 3 teams that I've chosen, as you can see, are Sheffield United, Norwich and Newcastle. And obviously Sheffield United and Newcastle both came up this season, and I think Sheffield United will be going down straight away. I don't see them as enough of a Premier League club. I think they're a Championship club. I don't know enough about them, granted, but I just don't believe that they'll be able to compete with the rest of the teams. From what I have some people that know Championship well, and Sheffield United apparently are not going to do well. Same with Norwich. Although I think they have a better chance, I don't think they'll be able to just survive with the team they've got. I just don't think, again, it's like a proper Premier League standard team. I think they will really struggle in the Premier League. I think they'll have somewhat of a good start, and then they'll just rocket down when they realise the league gets really tough. And with Newcastle, it's a bit of a surprising one. Well, maybe not to some, but I think they're either going to get this 18th spot, or they're going to just creep out. But I mean, their club's really going to shambles. They've lost Rafa Benitez, and they've got Steve Bruce in charge now. Steve Bruce is an alright manager. Alright, that is literally all he is. He's not special, not like amazing. He's not as good as Rafa, I'll tell you that for free. And they've lost their striker, and they just, when you look at them, they really don't spark any excitement in me personally. I think they have one unbelievable player. John Joe Shelby is a player I will always rate. I think he has some of the best passing range in the world. Controversial, I know, but he's honestly a phenomenal footballer. And he's the only one that could potentially save them, but you know, he has his temper tantrums. So that's my bottom 3. Next, we're moving to escaping relegation, and the 2 teams that I'm picking for that are Brighton and Burnley, the 2 Bs. Burnley, I think they didn't have a great campaign last season, and I just don't think I don't think they have what it takes to get back to when they had that season where they did really well. I mean, Sean Dyche's a great manager. I think they will escape it because they have some elements of quality and some players who are good enough. But I just think they're just lacking that oomph to really make it to the top. And Brighton, again, were quite bad last campaign. They have a good team and a good squad, but that team is brilliant for the Championship, but it's alright for the Prem. So again, I think they'll do well at some points of the season, but they'll have some really bad spells as well. So that's why I'm putting those 2 in the escaping relegation category. So we've done our bottom 5. As you can see there, we've done relegate and escaping relegation. Now we're moving to the 15th to 10th position. And as you can see here, we have Southampton in 15th, Aston Villa in 14th, Palace in 13th, West Ham in 12th, and then Bournemouth getting that 11th spot. Now Southampton, I would have put them close to the escaping relegation category just because they've had some bad seasons recently, and they're really just like, they're a team that I thought were good at their beginning of their Premier League career, this stint of their career, but now they're just looking not that good, and I can't see anyone helping them get, you know, out of this spell. So I think they're going to be in that 15th spot. It's not bad, but it's not great. Villa, although they were the playoff team that came out, so technically it came lowest out of the teams that are coming up, I think Villa have something about them. In my eyes, Villa are a Premier League club. They deserve to be here. I think they have really good management, although he might be a bit of a prick, but he's a good manager. And I think some of the players they have and the options they have is just like, they're a very solid standard team. So I think 14th would be really good first season for them back in the Prem. Palace, with Palace, West Ham and Bournemouth, those three are quite interchangeable. I think Bournemouth, I'll start with Palace. Really good team, some brilliant players. Obviously they've sold Wan-Bissaka and they might be selling Zaha, but still a brilliant team. I think they'll do bits and just like not be in that top 10, but just managing the top 15. I think West Ham, again, like big stadium, just very solid team, all right manager, decent manager in Pellegrini. It's just like a very standard, decent mid-table club. And Bournemouth, I think they're doing excellent. Like in theory, where they've come from and what they are, they should be in that relegation, escaping relegation. But Eddie Howe and their building of that club is so magnificent that they're hopefully going to get that 11th, I believe. I think they'll get that 11th. They won't quite make the top 10. They'll get so close in that 11th spot. So we've done the bottom half of the table. Now we're moving to the top. We have 10 till 5. So at 10 we have Wolves. At 9 we have Watford. At 8 we have Everton. And at 7th we have Leicester. Now Wolves and Watford both came similar positions this last season. They were in that kind of top 10. I believe Watford got the 7th. Wolves got the 7th spot. But I think they're going to get 10th now, because if they do get anywhere far in the Europa League, that's going to drag them down, because the Europa League tires people out. Like you saw that with Burnley last season. But Wolves and Watford are both going to be around the same. They're quite similar teams well, they're the same colour kits, but they're similar. But they're also just like a really bright, pacey, energetic. Both teams are just like, they're good to watch, and they like beat some of the top dogs as well, some of the top 6 or 8. So they're really good teams to watch. Then moving on, Leicester and Everton. Those two, both Wolves and Watford and Leicester and Everton, for me, are interchangeable in this. Like I couldn't really call it. Everton have a brilliant squad from what I see, and a very solid manager. I think he's really gonna build something good this year. They've signed Gomez permanently. Things like that, it really changed it. Richarlison's a fantastic player. And obviously Everton are known for being in this kind of part of the table. So I think they'll stick that. And Leicester, one of the most exciting teams this season for me. I think they're going to do absolutely fantastic. Brendan Rodgers in charge. So many young players. Madison, they've signed Tielemans full contract. They are going to be unbelievable. Now we move into the top 6. We're going to go to the Europa League teams. And for me, that is going to be Manchester United at 6th and Arsenal at 5th. Now I'm putting Manchester United at 6th just purely because I don't believe in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as a manager. Don't think he's good enough to manage a top 6 team. And Manchester United, although they have good players, they've signed Wan-Bissaka and some other players are being rumoured, they don't have that proper quality for me. I think they're going to have a lot of bad spells. I think they're going to really struggle against the other top teams in the league. And I just don't think they're quite going to be good enough to challenge for that top 4. And then next is Arsenal, who are coming 5th. I think they're going to be above Man United, definitely. I think they are somewhat solid with like some of their players. They have some brilliant strikers. Emery is a good manager, but at the end of the day, it is Arsenal, and they do end up every season just not doing what they should be doing, and just kind of not exceeding as you'd hope they would. Not as you hope they would, but as you think they would. Because at the end of the day, they are a good team with good foundations. We're moving into the top 4. We're going to go for the other 3 Champions League spots, 4th, 3rd and 2nd. And for me, that is Tottenham at 4th, Chelsea at 3rd and Liverpool at 2nd. Now, obviously, this is how the top 4 panned out last year. Tottenham and Chelsea was a tough one for me. I believe that Chelsea, I'm a Chelsea fan, we are going to still, no matter what our situation is with like Frank Lampard and rebuilding Chelsea and like all this, I still think we're going to come better than Tottenham, because at the end of the day, Tottenham bottle everything. So yeah, I think Tottenham, as they have a good squad, but I think they peaked last year, like Champions League final, and they're playing so well. They can't get better than they can. We had a dreadful season last year. Well, not dreadful, but we really weren't playing well, and we still came 3rd above them, and they had a so-called like really good season. So I think it's going to happen again. I think Tottenham will come 4th. I think it just, what I see is just like a team where they're just not quite good enough. That's all I can say. They're not elite. Chelsea, I think we're going to have a rebuild season. I don't think we're going to do well in that many of the cups at all. I think we're just going to do average in the Champions League and hopefully get third. Liverpool, obviously I've chosen second because I've chosen City as the winners. Liverpool, I don't think they can beat City. City have done it 2 years in a row. They know how to do it. Although it was 1 point in between them, City are getting stronger. They've got Rodri. Their team is so unbelievable. And Liverpool aren't getting as strong as City. I still think there's still a bit of a gap in quality. So for that reason, I'm going to stick Liverpool in second. And as you can see, league winner, I've gone for Man City. As I've said, Guardiola, fantastic manager. An outrageous team. Probably the best team the Premier League's ever seen. Debatable, but one of the best teams. Like, the squad depth is outrageous, and they've just got so many world-class players everywhere. And from what I've heard and seen of Rodri, I think he's going to be a brilliant signing in helping replace that Fernandinho, because that's literally the only position that they need assistance in. Now, I reckon I'm going to get above 10 out of 20 of these right. I hope so. If I do, I'll be very grateful for my decision making. And let me know, as I said, down below what your guys' opinions are, what you guys think the table's going to finish as. And yeah, I'll be really interested to hear that. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe down below, check out my other videos, subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.